Saints playing it quickly, catching Salford, but the referee is not watching as Vivers brings it away. Good tackle by Forbert. O'Donnell out to Martin. George Mann, he straightens up. Fish joint was on his left. George Mann couldn't squeeze it out that time. John Neal now. Good ball from Neal to Cooper, but excellent tackling there. Ian Blease, but he gets it away to Tommy Martin. He squaws it out. Last one of the set for the Saints now. Dwyer brings it to Vivers. Vivers grubbers it for touch. And a 10-metre scrum. 10 metres short of the Salford line this time. It's going to be a Salford feed, but Saints will have to keep the pressure on. They've struggled really in the opening 26 minutes. Salford scrum, Phil forward. Bounces off the first line. Gary Jack wants a quick play of the ball. Cooper marking up there, and Jack scampers away from acting halfback. Les Quirk and John Neal, I think it is. The Cumbrian duo there. Bounce Jack down. Now it's with Stasiker. Salford looking sharp. No tries on the board, just a Paul Loughlin penalty goal. For a Paul Farber indiscretion. Blease driving it up there. Well, let's see Saints can capitalise on this. Referee Whitfield there penalising the Saints, holding back when the man's coming through, but Blease was there, and obviously a man coming through hoping to support Blease was pulled back. Referee Whitfield penalised the Saints, and good yardage made by Salford. 10 metres from the 20-metre line. Good driving, and Salford looking to release the ball again, obviously trying to keep this ball alive. Mark Lee on to Stasiker. Back to Young. Oh, good drive from Young, good yardage, 15, 20 metres towards the Saints line. Neal and Blakely combine, it's on to Farber. Oh, good tackling there, Farber taken down by Griffiths. Neal, the scrum half from Salford. On to Blakely. Tries to shimmy through, 10 metres short of the Saints line. Saints have to line up on their own line. The Salford charging, Mark Lee onto Ian Blease. He tries to dive over, tries to stretch, but he's just short, well, right on the line. Mark Lee, is he over? No, he tries again, it's the last tackle of the sequence. Stasiker attacked in half, will he try to drive? No. It's on to Neal, well, it's come off a Saints player. Salford, no, it's no try. No try, it's knocked forward. It's a turnover, that's correct. Salford player knocked it forward on the last tackle. And Bernard Dwyer there tries to get away. The Salford players moving up exceptionally quickly. Gus O'Donnell now making a bit of space. Les Quirk breaks through the first line of defence, comes up and Phil forward, and Stephen Blakely bang him down. Neal, the battering ram, takes the tackle of David Young. Now with Phil Vivers. A good yardage by the Saints, come from their own line. It's on the last tackle now, but they come from their own line to about 30 metres out, and David Lyon pumps it downfield. Jack and Tex Evans. Evans takes it. Gary Jack attacked in half-back. Well marshalled by the Saints. Adam Fogarty out of the dugout, ready to come on for the action as Saints. John Neal strikes at the ball and gets it back. And out with Mike Riley. Well, a big hit there from Ian Blease on Riley. Blease and Naylor. Cooper attacked in half. George Mann loses the ball. Just as I was going to say that George Mann looks very sharp this afternoon, but he came through there, lost the ball, put Salford back in possession. and Saints forced to defend again. Salford looking to break quickly. Well, a good break there. Excellent drive upfield. Jason Critchley. Well, he's going to score. Let's Dave. Oh, good. Well done, David Lyon. Pushed the man off. Forced him into touch. But a brilliant move by Salford. And Jason Critchley went 75 yards upfield. It looked dead. It looked as though he was going to score. He can't half-move this Critchley. Local lad came from the Blackroot Club to Widnes and then transferred to Salford. What an excellent try-saving tackle by David Lyon. Superb last-ditch effort. Tony Sullivan brings it away now. Tommy Martin, he's taken down. Good tackling there by Burgess. Now Bernard Dwyer on to Chris Joynt, but this tight Salford defence holding up well and keeping the Saints at bay. As John Neal now drives up again. Neal releases it. Well, Salford have it. Stazika comes up with it. And Salford back in possession. Barber in the 20-metre area now. Saints forced to defend again. Well, Salford lost possession. Saints snap it up. Quick hands. Oh, dear me. Quick hands was the order of the day. Tommy Martin looking to get it out to Mike Riley. The Saints with a two-man overlap, even though Salford were coming over. Mark Lee coming off as a blood bin substitution as Phil Vivers brings the ball down. George Mann in possession on the centre spot. Now with Shane Cooper. Cooper chips it into space. Oh, Cooper gets it! Long ball out to Sullivan. Can he capitalise on this? He can! Sullivan's in for a try. Well finished off there by the Saints, and not before time too. A little bit of individual brilliance by Saints captain Shane Cooper. Saw Gary Jack was just at the back, chipped it through, looking for a favourable bounce. He got a favourable bounce, took the ball back. Sullivan over on the left-hand side. A long cut-out ball to Sullivan. He took it well and outpaced the Salford defence to go in. Adam Fogarty there just going on a sandman. Tommy Martin now taking over the kicking duties. But it's 6 points to 0 for the Saints. Let's see if Martin can slot it between the uprights. Well, it looks good. Oh, and it is good. So Tommy Martin on his debut gets points on the board. Tommy Martin signed from Oldham with Paul Groves going the other way, plus a couple of bob as well. 22 years of age, 5'11", 12.5 stone, can play anywhere. He likes the standoff role, but he's equally at home in the centre or the fullback. He's the son of Tommy, the ex-Warrington forward, and the nephew of Mick, the ex-Lee and Great Britain forward. So he's got a good pedigree, hasn't he? And obviously only an extended run in the first team will show us what his true capabilities are. But Salford kick off. John Griffiths, well, Blease takes him high. Well, referee Whitfield said it was round his chest. Well, he's got his chest in a funny place, that's all I can say. That was hell of a tackle off Blease, right round the neck. Vivers brings it up. Well, Salford, they've come here with a purpose, haven't they? There's no messing about. John Neal, well, Blease again, that looked like an elbow on John Neal. Now with Chris Joynt, he brings it away, drives it forward. But Salford are tackling in 2s and 3s, they're certainly getting stuck in. 5 minutes to the interval. Bernard Dwyer. Last tackle of the sequence. Tommy Martin, positional kick in. Gary Jack stops it with his knees, gathers it, drives it forward. Really exciting in full flight. Played for Sheffield last season, as I said before, but Salford offered him a player-coach contract. Well, Scott Naylor there, just caught with his pants down, you could say. Farber tries to turn inside. Naylor was on the outside. Mark Lee looking to be introduced back into the game. A knock on there, and Mark Lee back on. Wearing the skull cap, the scrum cap, or whatever you wish to call it. John Neal still having a spot of trouble with that cut. But obviously Robin Whitfield is happy with it now. Gus O'Donnell feeds, Saints come up with scrum possession. Move it crossfield, Quirk drives in hard. But solid tackling from Salford, just as it has been all through the match. Cooper, out to Riley. George Mann, support there from Bernard Dwyer, and Dwyer drives again, taken down by McNeil, but he gets it away to Sullivan. Sullivan drives through. Oh, good tackle there by Farber. Excellent tackle by Farber. Cooper now brings it crossfield. Well, Saints are going to be penalised for crossing. Crossing is the indication there. Referee Whitfield held the whistle to his mouth there. Just as Cooper tried to get things going. It's just a pity he didn't see the one just about half an hour earlier that he let go. But it's a penalty to Salford. 3 penalties each, I make it, with Saints taking the scrum 6-3. But up to Tony Sullivan scoring the try. Up that little bit of brilliance from Cooper. More or less been all Salford. Well, that's not crossing, is it, referee Whitfield? Took the man out as Blease came through on the dummy run. Typical Wigan ploy, isn't it? David Young. He drives it up for Salford. Mark Lee attacked in half-back. 8 points to 0, Saints in the lead. 2 minutes before the interval. Gary Jack linking up with the back division. Will have to be hauled down. Beavers round the legs. Riley and Neal round the top. Blakely out to Andy Burgess. Last tackle of the sequence. Salford bring it blindside. Long ball to Phil Ford. Ford chips it. David Lyon will take it comfortably. David Lyon does, but Ford and Naylor wrap him up. Well, the ball kicked through. And Salford have possession. Well, a little bit sloppy at the play of the ball. Salford capitalise on it. Stasiker in possession. Salford trailing 8 points to 0, looking for points before the interval. Saints will have to withstand the storm. They took a lot of pressure in the first 20 minutes off Salford. They've come up the other end and scored. Now it's with Mark Lee, tries to chip it through. Well, he does chip it through, and Blease follows it up. And Blease scores. Ian Blease, big second row forward, ex-captain of Salford. Obviously a planned move by Salford. Mark Lee heavily involved again. He chipped it through there with the forwards running onto it. Shane Cooper just couldn't get it. Blease sneaked in behind him, picked the ball up, touched it down behind the sticks, and it puts Salford on the board at 8 points to 4, and it's going to be 8 points to 6 with this Blakely conversion. As we said before, Saints without Sonny Nicol, Alan Hunt, Ciara Patty. Let's hope we can just get the discipline right throughout the remainder of the season. I suppose somebody's got to be first at Chapeltown Road, haven't they, under the disciplinary committee. Salford converted, 8 points to 6 to score. And as I said before, teams Salford and Hull Kingston Rovers finishing bottom of the division. And when it was all done and dusted, that Salford would be stopping up, Wigan give them a good thrashing, 70 points to 6, I think it was, something like that. And Wigan certainly put the cosh down, don't they? When they've got a good lead, they just keep going, and that, I think that's what Saints have been lacking in many seasons, obviously before Mike McLaren came, but Saints lacking in the killer instinct. Once they've got 20 or 30 points up, they seem to think that that's enough, but you've got to keep at it and certainly make these teams pay. Obviously points difference is crucial at the end of the season. In the dying seconds now. Well, there we go, just as Farber came through, as I said, in the dying seconds. Farber driving it up. The half-time score here at Nosey Road, 8 points to 6 in the Saints' favour. 20 minutes before we got points on the board, a Paul Loughlin penalty goal for a Farber indiscretion. 12 minutes later, Sullivan latched onto a long Shane Cooper pass after the captain had chipped it through and got a favourable bounce. That was goal by Tommy Martin, with Paul Loughlin going off, being replaced by Gus O'Donnell. And then right up the death there, Ian Blease following through from a Mark Lee astute grubber kick through, getting the ball, touching down behind the sticks. That was converted by Blakely. Those are the score at half-time. Saints 8, Salford 6. Back with you now for the second half of the Stones Bitter League clash. Saints and Salford. Saints leading 8-6 at half-time. John Griffiths off at half-time. Adam Fogarty on. Before we get underway, I have an announcement of the birth of a baby girl to 2 Saints spectators. She was born yesterday at Billinge Hospital to Mike and Linda Green. Laura her name is, 7 pounds 2 ounces. Best wishes from Les, Jed, Maureen, all the Lilies and everyone who knows them, and also your Saints video team. No doubt she'll be enlisted, will young Laura, in the supporters club today, I would well imagine. But anyway, we're ready for the second half. Also give a mention to British Gas, as I said before, who are sponsoring today's game, along with the regular sponsors, McEwen's Lager, up there in the sponsors' boxes. Hope they have an excellent match, as Adam Fogarty powers his way upfield. Big forward, looking for great things off Fogarty. Let's hope he can just get his act together, but here's one who can. George Mann, out to Beavers. Beavers inside to Sullivan. Pushes 2 off Sullivan, but Burgess and Lee bring him down. Well, a quick play the ball wanted, and after 40 seconds, Saints get their first penalty of the second half. With Salford lying on. No doubt the air will have been blue in the Saints dressing room, with Mike McLennan reading the riot act. I believe the air was blue last week at Hull, and Saints were leading by 9 points to 4. Well, we're just in the lead today, 8 points to 6. And they'll have to get their act together, won't they? Salford, they finished 13th, as I said, last season with 18 points, 29 wins out of 26 games. 3 times we played them last season. Here at Nosey Road, won handsomely, 48-8. At the Willows, just won by 15 points to 12, and in the Lancashire Cup semi here at Nosey Road, just winning by 18 points to 5. Well, that looks a good enough Martin, doesn't it? My word! A superb kick by Tommy Martin. Plenty of height, and he powers it between the uprights. So just the start Saints needed. 10 points to 6 the score now. 3 goals, 1 try. Unfortunately, Paul Loughlin substituted in the first half. It is his testimonial season. We wish him well for the season. And we're hoping to announce all the forthcoming events on your Saints video as well as it'll be printed in the local press. Chris Joint bringing it out wide, turns back inside to Dwyer. But Joint clattered there by Farber. So Farber and Joint, they're tangling again, and Joint looks up and said, well, we're not getting any protection there from the officials. Farber and Stazika had come in. Dwyer brings it away to Adam Fogarty. Last tackle of the sequence. Salford urged to get back on side. Well, Neil, the scrum half for Salford, breaking too quickly, I think. As Tex Evans brings it crossfield. John Neil couldn't stop him when he tried to straighten up, but Bernard Dwyer and Adam Fogarty come in, bounce him down. Ford attacked in half-back. Well, Salford player loses the ball and it's all on. The referee was happy with it. Well, over the top again, Blease with a head-high tackle on John Neil. Saints bringing it blind. Chris Joint straightens up. Referee Whitfield will have to keep his eyes on these high tackles. Cooper, now to Vivers. Tries to release it, but excellent tackling again. Gus O'Donnell. Martin on to Cooper, out to Fogarty. Moving it wide. Fogarty gives the dummy, drives in again. The ball's lost. Tex Evans comes up with it. No, I beg your pardon, it's not Tex Evans. It's Gary Jack. For Salford now, Ian Blease has it. Good tackling by the Saints. Blease came through, then he was forced back. David Young, the Salford captain, no way through for him. Farber, characteristic run, good drive from Farber, head down, drives in. Last tackle of the sequence. Obviously Salford didn't know, they've just not got their act together as Phil Ford tries to chip it. Well taken by Mike Riley. Saints now along the line. George Mann. Oh, good drive from George Mann. The ball's lost, it touched the Salford player and come back, and that should have been all on. The referee Whitfield is not happy with it. The first knock on is indicating with the feed to Salford. Michael Neal to feed. Well, John Neal for Saints can't get packed. Michael Neal to feed. Salford have scrum possession. Saints break quickly. Jason Critchley. Strong runner. Well, have to be brought down. Chris Joint and Vivers bring him down eventually. Andy Burgess running the crossfield. Quick play the ball. Michael Neal scampering away, good ball inside to Blease. Blease looking for support, good running by Salford. They make good yardage. Spreading it out wide, Burgess, dummies, goes back inside with Evans and Critchley on his right. Blakely, attacked in half back, well, he doesn't know where to go. Gets it away to Lee, onto Neal. Farber with it now, the last tackle of the sequence. Jack. On to Mark Lee now. Lee chipping for the corner. It did touch a Saints player there, I believe, in flight. But Gus O'Donnell comes up with possession. Well, Saints, very pedestrian from the play at the acting half-back. Fogarty now. Good yardage from this big forward. John Neal turning in the tackle, looking to release it, showing the ball. Good driving now. Cooper into space. Joint had got on the inside. Cooper had to take the tackle of Burgess. Now with Tommy Martin for the last tackle of the sequence. Phil Ford has it. Saints follow up in a line there, and they'll have to get Ford at the first attempt. Mike Riley brings him down. Gary Jack now taking up the running onto Scott Naylor. Stasiker, straight drive. He's hauled down. St. Serge to get back onside. Barkley at dummy half, moves the ball left. Neil and Blakely work the run around. Neil grabs it at the second bite of the cherry. Last one of the sequence for Salford. Blakely has it, puts a tester up. Looks covered all the way by David Lyon. It is. Blakely follows it up. Lyon brings away. Tony Sullivan, coming field, stepping up at the acting halfback. Saints just look a little disorganised there at the back of the play, the ball. John Neal coming up, making good yardage, 10-15 metres. Tommy Martin, good ball there to Mike Riley. Equally good tackle on the far side by Phil Ford. George Mann again, block busting forward. Look very sharp this afternoon. 8 minutes gone of the half. Saints in the lead, 10 points to 6, extending the 8 points to 6 half-time lead with a Tommy Martin penalty goal in the first minute. But Gary Jack, well, Saints have got to get off him quick. Let Salford play the ball. Salford very slow getting back. Tex Evans now, well, just held by John Neal by the shirt collar. Good job he was too. Ian Blease. Salford running it, moving it quickly. Still only 4 points in it as Gary Jack links up. Fogarty and Beavers. Blakely onto Farber. Good drive by Farber. Well, Blease in support. Knock on by Stasiker, I think. Either Stasiker or Mark Lee. Somebody with headgear on. Mark Lee it was that knocked on. Exciting passage of play by Salford. Looked very sharp in the first half. Saints win the scrum there. Beavers brings it blindside onto Chris Joint. Good run in, John Neal again, run tirelessly, flicks it back to Gus O'Donnell. Gus O'Donnell into space! Can he beat Gary Jack? Go on, Gus! He'll get it in the corner! Yes! Oh, he's in touch! The touch judges said he's in touch! Gary Jack appealed for it, but very unfortunate there, O'Donnell. Looked as though he had the beating of Gary Jack. So Gus O'Donnell with an exciting 40-metre run. Couldn't squeeze it at the corner just as Jason Critchley was forced into touch after a 75-yard run. Salford win possession from the scrum. Naylor come through. Tommy Martin brought him down. Bernard Dwyer finished him off. Now it's Phil Ford. Saints defence has got to be tight. Good drive by Farber. Forces the captain Shane Cooper out of his way. But the players just tangled there. Whether anybody's injured or not, I don't know. The referee. Fogarty and Riley along with Farber. Gary Jack gets the ball away to Burgess. Good play by Salford. Burgess looking to release it, but good clamp tackling there. O'Donnell had brought the man down. It's Beavers round the top. Solid game from Beavers. Been very involved. Now it's Gary Jack and Salford are throwing it about. David Young has it. Last one for them. Let's see what they'll do. Will it be an up and under? Mark Lee chips it for the corner. Well played at the man there. Unfortunately, right In his stomach, Mike Riley couldn't take it. Knocked it forward, Mark Lee chipped it through. Scrum down, Salford feed, and Saints under more pressure. 20 metres out. Salford have scrum possession. Taking the scrums 3-1 in the second half. Naylor being given yardage, but Riley